I didn't tell my parents for about 2 weeks that I was sick, mostly because I thought I'm gonna tell them when I feel better, and I just never felt better. So then I told them, and I think it's just, it's the distance thing is very scary, and the inability to reach here if you need to in an emergency. Like, we were the only people we knew who was sick, and all of a sudden we were like, it's not being taken seriously enough here. I remember like looking at Australian news and being like, they've started taking it seriously, and they don't even have as many cases as Germany. So yeah, when we got sick, it was very early days. Once it actually looked like everything was turning bad, I was saying to Sam, I want to go home. And he was like, we're going to be fine. We're young. Like, you've got nothing wrong. I've got nothing wrong. We're good. And I was really like looking at flights to go home. And then we both got symptoms. So it was like, okay, we can go home. Let's just get this checked out first. And then I was just hit so hard. Like, I had the shortness of breath. I didn't have a temperature. I had a sort of very small cough, a sore throat. And you had all the opposite. So
yeah, it was really strange for me. Like, I think I had a little sore throat, but I didn't quite notice it. But I just woke up one day with a massive fever. And that's when I sort of felt like something was wrong. And then had really achy knees. That was the thing that really was just so strange. I could barely walk. It was so achy in my knees.
So Sam felt sick for 3 days, and then you pretty much were on the mend from there.
Yeah.
And I just was sort of waiting for my mend moment, and it just never came. So I was sick for over 30 days. You have a local health department. So we had someone calling us every day, each of us, and just asking, what are your symptoms? How do you feel today? Cool. And I would hang up. And they had organised for me to come in and get swabbed again, because I'd already gotten swabbed a second time and was still positive 3-4 weeks later. And they'd organised another swab. And when I went in to get that swab, they were like, you look awful. You need to go to emergency. We don't understand why you still have symptoms. They did a CT scan, and it actually showed that my lungs were fine. But based on how long I'd been sick and the description of all my symptoms, they said it was likely that I'd had viral pneumonia at some stage and that I was still recovering. So that's why they decided to keep me in.
And so it was really strictly cordoned off, and so I couldn't see Lily during those 4 days. I wasn't even allowed inside the hospital. But I had to try and sneak food to Lily.
We think it may have happened. We took a trip to Poland, Warsaw. It's about 6 hours away on train. And when we were there, Poland announced it was closing its borders. So basically trying to get home was an absolute shamble.
It was the last train out of Poland, wasn't it?
Yeah, and all the flights had been cancelled. So it's just a heap of people, and there were people coughing as well. And we just assumed that's where we got sick. We can't think of anywhere else.
So if we want to go to the supermarket or catch a train or a bus or whatever, we have to wear a mask. So everyone's wearing masks, so it kind of looks a lot different. I think it was on Monday last week, they eased some restrictions, but it's still pretty locked down. Nothing's open, bars, clubs, two main things that Berlin's known for. But it's starting to come out into summer in Europe, so it's pretty hard to keep people indoors. You're allowed, I think it's 5 people or something like that in a park group, as long as it's being responsible, and then you have to have 5 meters between your next group. So, the parks just all blotchy with all these people. But I would also say, on a positive note for people worrying about this, is that also the social distancing stuff that's been implemented does work.
Yeah.
Because I definitely worked one shift at my job when I was infectious, and everyone was sort of starting to take it seriously. On the day that I worked next to a friend, and she was at the desk next to me, sort of an open plan office situation. She was sent home as precaution, but she tested negative. She didn't catch it. So the little things you do to distance yourself does actually work.